Hey Scorpio, welcome. Ooh, I feel like I said your sign all stupid. I'm sorry. Things have been a little crazy. I don't know. I feel like I just like jumped straight into it, but I feel like for some reason that a lot of people's like everyone took a break. It could be because we're all I don't know, things are changing or shifting. I always feel really corny saying stuff like that. There's a major shift. But you know what I'm saying. Like, hell, a lot of people were stuck for a minute and now they're not stuck anymore. Or like people are finishing school. Lots of people are moving. I mean, that doesn't have to be a necessarily like Scorpio thing, but hell, maybe y'all are like having some changes happen in life. Anyway, let's get into your tarot card for May. Duh, your girl is late. I mean, at this point, come on. Are you surprised? Are you surprised? All right. So what's up? Like, I don't know, something about this. You're like, girl, you're a dork, but hey, y'all know I'm dorky. Like, everyone here knows I'm kind of weird. Anyway, let's get into your card. Someday I'm going to find that perfect angle on the camera where you guys can see me shuffle the cards, but at least you can hear it. Anyway. Talking my ass off. 10 of Pentacles. So, for some people, it could be home and family. Someone could be thinking about, like, what's next in a generational sort of way. Yeah. Legacy. Yeah, you know what's funny is that I thought about this card because I was like, oh, I wonder what's good with Scorpio and stuff like that. But maybe you guys have been thinking a lot about your legacy. This isn't necessarily about work, but this is about what you leave behind and what's left behind for you. For some people, it could be thinking like, oh, I want to get married or I want to do this or that. But like, I don't know. It could be the idea of marriage because some people, they want like the wedding. Or they want the stability of a marriage or whatever the fuck they think stability is like presented by marriage. I say this as a fully single person who is not dating right now. I do not want to do that shit right now. But no, like, I don't know. I've come across happily married people before, like really happily married people. And it's like, it seems like they tend to make their marriage what they want it to be. And it's different for everyone. So, you know, that could be something you're thinking about as well. But let's get into it. Okay. So for some of y'all, you guys may be ending a cycle because you do have the World card, but it could be that like all these different factors and things are coming together in order for you to create this ending. I keep getting like graduation season. It's not for everyone, but it could just be graduation season like on a personal level for you. Maybe you also hit a goal that maybe no one else knows about and you're finally able to sit back and kind of be like, oh shit, I did that. Oh, hey, and it looks like you're, okay, 9 of Pentacles. So you really may be at this point where now you want to start to, maybe you do want to get to the 10. Don't stare at my nails too long. I'm at that point where I almost need a fill. Do not come for me with that. Don't say shit about my nails. If it's a compliment, I'm with it, but like don't say anything negative. 9 of Pentacles. Maybe you're starting to tell people that your shit's done. Or like maybe you're starting to tell people. Now you're starting to. You know how sometimes you'll be working on something, right? But you don't want to tell not even working on something, but you don't really want to even tell anyone. Like, for example, when I quit smoking, I didn't tell people that I quit smoking cigarettes until like hella long after I quit smoking. Because I was like, just in case I slip back into that shit. And that was a while ago, but you know, you kind of like want to hide that sometimes. Oh, it could, oh, okay, cool. The other thing could be that it's the end to what you actually thought those things meant. Like what makes a home, what makes this. Maybe for some of y'all, you were like under this impression that like, damn, maybe y'all are, or maybe you guys were the kind of people that you would just think that like you, sometimes people idealize relationships that they're not in, so maybe you moved out of that. Maybe you're over like, I don't know, that shit, I'm not saying like, it's a sacrifice, but it's like, you know, when you want to have a life with someone, you know, it's more than a notion. And I feel like a lot of people get caught up, especially if like you're not necessarily like 100 about being single. Because shit, I mean, being single is cool, but sometimes the shit sucks. Being in a relationship is cool, sometimes the shit sucks. Those are for all the decent ones, but anywho, what am I? I'm going on a goddamn tangent. Some of y'all may have moved on from a situation only to become more confused after you're alone. Or at least at first, like you could have left the situation because you were confused about the shit. Now that you're on your own, you're like, wait a minute, maybe I was kind of, I don't know. It could also, oh shit, I just thought about this. So you know the hermit's like on top of this mountain, but for some reason I'm interpreting the hermit as like on top of a cloud for some reason. So you're on this cloud, kind of, maybe you're able to look back at your past actions so you can see how maybe it's almost like you're here, right? Seeing the past you kind of like do stupid shit. Or you're like, oh wow, I was so confused or so focused on these other things that I wasn't even thinking about the other stuff. It's like you kind of got everything here in these different cups. It's just like, whoa. I'm not saying you chose wrong, but you know, if ever in that position again, maybe now you'll know how to prioritize. Maybe that's what it is, prioritizing stuff. Or it could be after like spending time alone. Because hermit energy is really just like being alone. It's not in a bad way, but it's like there are some things you can only learn on your own. Just like there are some things you can only learn in a group or in a relationship. Doesn't mean that like, I mean, I don't know though. Kind of, but when I talk about relationships, I don't mean just like a romantic one or something like that. I mean like your interactions with others and things of that nature. Like how are you gonna learn some shit if it's just you? You can't just teach yourself everything, can you? What is this about? That was a long ass break. I'm sorry. I got like a couple different ideas. Okay, so for this one, I read this as a business partnership, but you're like, what? And air and fire. Okay, so like air and fire signs, I do really like them, and I think that they're like, okay, let me go backwards. This is a situation where logic and passion are like connected or whatever, and they're going together, right? So it's almost like it could be a situation where like maybe you're working with someone who is like, they can think on your level and stuff like that. Because it's like they're not going into battle. Or if these two people are going into battle, it's like together. Like their forces are joined in order to take down some shit. So it could be an idea. But now it looks like two people rushing to the altar too, don't it? Maybe one that thinks a lot. Maybe one's real passionate and kind of like gets caught up in like... Because like wands are kind of like... It's like passion, art, and all the other stuff. And like with logic, it's kind of like could be science and stuff like that. So you guys could seem like you're different, but y'all are actually very similar. This just turned into some love shit really quick. Doesn't necessarily need to be love, but it could be a love thing. It's like someone who is smart and battle ready in a different way than you. Or they bring this out in you, or like you guys are able to operate in this way where it's just like Clearly, both of y'all can go into battle. Both of y'all are really good at planning and striking strategically. And it works really well together instead of butting heads. So maybe, it's so funny. Look at the colors that they're wearing in the cards, right? You see these colors in the outfits? What they wearing up in here look like real similar, sort of like style of outfits to me for some reason. Like, I feel like if after you took off, you know, the armor and stuff, this is what they would look like. So it could be too, like, maybe a partnership is getting rewarded too. Or it could be a partnership that goes against the establishment. You know, which is cool. Oh, that would explain why, like, being alone, you find strength in being alone, and like the hermit thing, because there is this in reverse. I heard something interesting recently where like one reader was just saying how like they read kind of like sometimes court cards if they're like gender based in reverse, so it could be. I don't know though. I really don't read it like that. I think this is about kind of like going against the grain or like choose your own adventure. But maybe like some of y'all are working with someone on a business venture. I don't know. But it's like subversive. That's what it is. Or maybe it's like if it was like if you were working on with someone on like something science related or some shit, like whatever your discovery is or like what you're gonna work on with this person may just like really go against like pre-established shit. And y'all, you could be right though. Like, oh, I'm so loud. You could be right though. It's like you're really going in the correct direction or in the right direction, and it might piss some people off, or it might piss someone who thinks they're in charge off, and like it doesn't even like someone who thinks they're the expert on some shit may be pissed off. Or you may have had to get away from someone who like, or something, or like an idea. Like you had to get away from kind of like an establishment that thought it knew what was going on and it didn't. Could have been from a social group. Like for some reason you weren't able to leave this group of friends or this like union or this kind of like, because I get not being able to leave a social group. But it doesn't necessarily need to be a social group. It could be like a group of people that you have to work with. So it could be coworkers, classmates, research partners. I don't know why I keep thinking about science shit. I don't know no scientists. Okay, let's get on to these other oracle cards. Yours is going a little bit different because I was using an oracle deck for the other ones. But also tarot wasn't hitting like that for me with everyone else. It's a little bit different. So I don't know, Scorpio. Maybe you got some shit going on. For some of you guys at the end of like a period of time or like at the end of, again, like project cycles and stuff like that, at the end of that you get like a final payment on something, but it'll be bigger. So maybe like some of y'all will get a bonus at the end of something. Okay, let's go on to the tea leaf cards and just pull out like situational stuff. Those just fell out. They weren't shuffled properly, so I don't want to come at you guys wrong for that. Okay. Random, for some of you guys that are just starting out in something, like it'll go really well. You might be starting off like, let's say you're going in a new direction with your career or business, but like maybe you learned a bunch of stuff before you made the transition. You feel a little wobbly about it, but maybe you made some good connections. That's just like random as hell, I know. Okay, some of y'all really are moving. Some people are moving like post-graduation. but you might be sad about it. Like, I don't know why I keep saying graduation. All right. Okay, some people are moving because, I mean, some people are moving because of like a breakup of sorts. It doesn't need to be like an actual like breakup. And I say that shit. Like, so, like, I'm getting vibes like, leaving a company after like you waited, like you put in a bunch of work on a project and then they ended up giving someone else the promotion, or you were waiting for the outcome of a situation in real life and then you ended up leaving after seeing the outcome. So like, you know, after seeing how everything ended up shaking out, you're just like, I don't even want to do this shit no more. Like, you were growing mystery seeds only to find out that they're like some shit you don't like. Okay. Because after that, I got the Six of Cups and the Three of Wands. I know a lot of people talk about nostalgia and stuff like that, but, you know, peep the person in the back that's also walking away. I feel like that with the Eight of Cups. It's like you might be really, truly, sorry, six, and this is a Six of Cups, not the Eight of Cups. This is like, I think, the same person. Like, you were waiting for something to happen and either it did happen, you're like, whatever, it did happen and it's time to move on. So you take off on your journey. And in the midst of you going off on the journey, you kind of like, you know, sometimes you're walking at night looking at the moon and shit until you think about things from the past. You might even have to revisit memories from the past. You might see things that make you think about like the way things were, right? Or old shit, or how you've been immature, but you keep on going till you get here. Three of Wands. Now you can finally move forward is like the vibe I'm getting. But like, oh damn, for some of y'all it could be like some people move on from a heartbreak. Come on, scissors and a teardrop. Shit. Maybe some people got cut from a situation. But it's okay though. It could be like, you know, some people have like a villain origin story. It could be some shit. Not villain, I don't want you. I mean, hey, be a villain if that's your thing, you know, shit. But no, it could be an origin story. Whatever it was, it ended up resulting in you moving on. So it could be a physical move, and as a result, like you're doing well in work. Or it might be the only way that you can move forward in a career sort of way is if you move, or it could have been something that you did do. Some of y'all might get into a hot and heavy situation. Okay. I would say don't get too hot and heavy into a relationship with someone, especially if they're trying to get you to like do like a hardcore commitment. Not to that Scorpio wants to do that kind of shit. Y'all aren't really like that. But you know, y'all also don't really like people like that. So when you do figure out that you like them, then you're just like, well, I mean, okay, it's probably not that bad, but then this shit is that bad. So don't do that, you know. Don't commit too quickly. It might only be a short-term thing. And if it's going to be a short-term thing that is going to be hot and heavy, then, like, you know, you got to be honest and, like, you know, if that's what you want to do. Immersive experience. I don't know. That's it. That's all I got, Scorpio. Don't hook up with anyone that you work with. Sorry. Don't do it. Especially how y'all like to cat off. Anyway. Yep. Yeah, don't be modest. I mean, yeah, don't be modest. I don't know. Maybe you guys just haven't been feeling as like Scorpio as you used to be or some shit. We'll see. I don't know. Sometimes I think that was kind of ill with the message though. I know you're just like, girl, you getting all weird and shit. I don't know. I mean, you know, how far along are you in the process of burning them bridges, huh, Scorpio? Because, you know, if you burn the wrong bridges, there's not going to be anyone to help you pack when you move. So, I don't know if that's important or not, but yeah. Sounds like you're moving on up. Anyway, that's all I got. Sorry, such a weird reading. Normally not that weird with it. But I will see y'all around. Thanks for watching and all that. I'll see you later. Bye.